I have a voice.
Does anybody not have a bingo
Great
card?
day.
I'll take a pen.
Yes, that's correct. Does anyone need a pen?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, well that would be interesting. Yeah, ooh, nice pens. Annie Edison? Who's Annie Edison?
Taped up.
We have to get taped up like I'll just finish it. It's alright. Okay. Trying to write on my shirt. You're not
That's thing day. There we go.
Mine's considerably low. I'm going to have to eat it. This one. More. Faster, harder. More intensity. There we go. That's going outside the box. I really think this one. I know. I like doing my podcast like this. I'm missing a knife. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get started. Is there anybody who does not have a bingo card?
Does anybody not have a bingo card?
Welcome to Friday Night Bingo. We encourage you to also have an instrument to write with, so you can cross words off. The idea here is, if you see or hear something on that bingo card, you cross it off, and we have prizes. If the conversation is not leaning towards words on that list, we will bark them out like Tourette's. Hey, Dragon!
That's a cool idea. I like it.
Okay. Now, I need everybody to raise your right hand and repeat after me. We are taking the oath.
You're taking the oath.
This writes itself. I, your name here, promise to laugh when things are funny. I promise to laugh when things are not funny. The hosts are not liable for any medical expenses, including split sides, or split heads, from falling off your chair, due to excessive laughter, or falling asleep. If I do fall asleep, I promise not to snore. I will not leave the room before the podcast is over. On your penalty of watching Star Trek 5.
Oh! That's what it takes to push all over the edge?
And with that, we will begin.
All right, well, thank you, folks, for coming this evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Clinton. And for those of you who do know me, my name is Clinton, too. So that works out really, really well. I'm the host of the Comedy4Cast podcast. It's a short-form comedy podcast full of skits, sketches, and random bits of audio fun, located at Comedy4Cast.com. That's the elevator pitch for my show. But you know, I was thinking, if I was ever in an elevator with some high-powered venture capitalist and I was running out of time to explain how I do my show, I would just press the emergency stop button and just hold my hand there until I was done. So that makes sense to me. But I suppose you're wondering, well, what's going on here? As you know, every year we are having a show on Friday night here at DragonCon. Usually it's Comedy4Cast, followed by Technorama. And when the people in charge of DragonCon said, hey, would you like to do that again? We said, sure. What we didn't realize is they meant to put it together in the same hour.
Yeah.
So, by the time we figured out that that's what was going on, Tom Merritt had taken the space before us and after us. I blame Scott Johnson for this, actually, but that's another story. So, we decided, well, you know, when life hands you lemons, what you do is you find the guy that you taught how to fish, have him catch you a salmon, and have a nice dinner, right? So, in that respect, what we're going to do is we're going to share the stage this time around. No. Stop. No.
I thought that was a cue.
Yeah.
No, I haven't even done my signature monologue yet.
Really? We're already up to page 3 in the script right here.
Never mind that. I'll let you know when I'm done, all right?
Sure.
All right. Now, where was I?
Page 3. Page 3.
Shh. All right.
Morning, folks. This is Chicago.
Hey.
Wrong.
As I was saying, so what's been happening? Well, last year, right after we had our live show, I was in the Parsec Awards. I was up for a Parsec, and I lost.
You know,
But I'm up again this year, so keep your fingers crossed.
you know what? If we had known, we'd have brought our power sec. You could rub it for good luck.
Shh. Also, I was nominated for a 2013 People's Choice Podcast Award.
Did you win?
No, I didn't win.
Oh,
Scott Johnson.
Conspiracy!
Yeah, you know, I was thinking that. Wait a minute, this is supposed to be my monologue. Shh, be quiet. Now, where was I?
page 3.
Losing.
I think you're in the losing part right there.
Well, anyway, so let's jump more ahead to more recent times. Recently, I was at Podcast Movement in Dallas. And I know we're all thinking the same thing, Podcast Movement. That's a convention whose name has nothing to do with scatological connotations whatsoever, does it? But actually it makes sense because as podcasters, we're always trying to get our content out, aren't we? And we're always trying to take a sneak a peek at our downloads. And we are really obsessed with regularity. So quite honestly, I don't think we need listeners and sponsors. I think we need a tall glass of prune juice and a nice bran muffin. And another thing that's been happening recently in podcasting is Patreon. I don't know if you're not familiar with Patreon. Well, first of all, congratulations on coming out of your coma. Welcome back to the real world. But Patreon is a way for people to pay you every time you put out content, which explains my new podcast series, Clinton Documents His Entire Life 10 minutes at a time. But actually, these days, what am I trying to say about these days? Well, podcasting has been through some changes recently. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, back when I started podcasting, the biggest concerns were about, validating your RSS feed and maybe battling off a couple of haters. And now we spend our time worried about getting our content throttled and podcast patent trolls. It's kind of like podcasting has been rebooted by Christian Bale. All the same stuff is there, it just got really, really dark. And Adam Carolla is Batman now for some reason. I can't figure that part out. Hello?
I thought that was our cue.
Yeah, that's clearly.
You said wait for the pause.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Technorama. Now?
Yeah.
Good morning, folks. This is Jim Captain speaking. Technorama.
Remember when?
Technorama.
On this day in tech history. And now, the news. What the chuck?
Technorama.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
I'm looking for a Klingon dagger. Have you seen one?
Over there, in the media corner.
He's blind.
Technorama. Hold my beer and watch this.
Unfasten your seatbelt and disregard all safety rules. Here are your flight crew, Chuck and Craig.
Welcome to Technorama and Comedy4Cast. What?
Can you put the phone down for a few minutes?
No, these are my show notes.
Oh, sorry. Just texting somebody. You can't text in podcast, right? That's not good.
Yes, you can. You just might have a driving accident. Run into a Klingon. Hey, welcome to DragonCon, everybody! Are you having fun yet? Have you got anything marked off your bingo cards yet? Some of you heard Patreon, right? I know that's on the list because I didn't know what that word was until Mad Mark threw it on the list.
Patreon with the ship in Star Trek.
Yes, yeah. That's the one that attacked me. Yeah. I am the unfortunate red shirt. And 2 people asked me that coming in there, is there such a thing as a fortunate red shirt? So now I have an idea for next year. I'm going to come in with like gold chains and
a lottery
tickets. The fortunate red shirt. It's easier than wrapping up in this bandage, man. There's a drywall screw going through my skull. We need to start with the news. We have very slow. Oh, here we go.
Bad news, nobody.
That was last night's costume, and tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Norway arrests their first drunk Segway driver. All right, no slide for that.
There you go. A bunch of butts on a Segway.
After lifting a ban on Segways last month, Norwegian officials have made its first arrest of a person driving their electric foot bike thing while intoxicated. A man was riding the Dorkmobile erratically in central Oslo when he was pulled over. According to the BBC, the man was exhibiting, quote, strange behavior while riding around in the center of Oslo, and he appeared to be struggling to balance, which is usually the case with most intoxicated people, only it's more exaggerated on a Segway. I've ridden one. If you're not sober, you're pretty obvious. The arrest was made as a result of the weird behavior, but a blood test has not yet confirmed whether the man was actually drunk. This from the BBC. They are still awaiting the results of the blood test, but Finn Erik Gronevlegen, head of the Oslo Traffic Police, is already concerned Segway users may think rules about drinking and driving don't apply to them. Segways were previously illegal in Norway because their high speed would require them to be classified as mopeds. They were eventually legalized out of hope that they, quote, revolutionize traffic patterns, unquote, the BBC reports. Wow.
Seems like some things are just the same, right?
Yeah. I think, isn't that a requirement, like in Georgia, that you have to be intoxicated to drive a Segway?
I don't know. I did check the local laws for that.
Just check it. Yeah. All right, I did see an officer cruising down the sidewalk on one of these things. I think they had the governor off on these because she was hauling faster than I could run.
Oh, yeah.
So if I were a bad guy on foot, the police Segways are much faster.
We'll put some stickers on it and get into the race.
Hey. Hey. That might work. Yeah, that might work. All right, on with the news. You know what? No, I'm not going to go there. We have so much talent in this show, I'll let you know when we find it. I think it's news time. History! On this day in tech history for August 29, 2014, with our special guest, Dick Bando. Dick Bando here as well. You don't have the notes. This ought to be interesting. Dick Bando will win it. This is the 241st day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. It's a bit of a anagram because there are just 124 days remaining until 2014 is over. How about that? It was on this date in 708 that copper coins are minted in Japan for the first time.
And that same day in 1831, Michael Faraday discovers electromagnetic induction.
Electromagnetic? He's nowhere now, is he? What happened to him? Share your notes with Clint. I mean with Dick.
Oh, yeah.
That might work.
No, not really, no.
Carry on, carry on. The Mount Washington Cog Railway opens, making it the world's first rack. I'm not even going to go there. First rack railway today in 1869.
Nice rack. Gottlieb Daimler patents the world's first internal combustion motorcycle, the Reitwagen, on this date in 1885.
That was a Rottweiler. In August 29, 1898, the Goodyear Tire Company is founded.
It was today, in 1922, when the first radio advertisement is broadcast on is that a word? WEAF AM in New York City.
It sounded something like this.
Crunchy munchies are the best, look delicious on your best. So they do one market guest, stuff the mattress with the rest.
The Soviet Union tests its first atomic bomb today in 1949. It was known as Lightning or Joe 1, a semi-platinum in Kazakhstan somewhere.
And 49 years ago, the Gemini 5 spacecraft returns to Earth, landing in the Atlantic Ocean.
Go
I
for
want
it.
you to realize that Craig was going to read this one, but he gave it to me. The synthetic chemical elements
That's where I got this injury.
Atomic number 109 is first synthesized at the in Germany today in 1982.
That's easy for you to say.
Oh, it certainly is.
Happy birthday goes out of this day to Polish mathematician and astronomer Jan Snydecki, born today on this date in 1756.
And the founder of Delco Electronics, 1876, Charles F. Kettering, was born today in 1876.
Redundant, but somebody's got to edit this.
Yeah.
English actor, director, and producer Richard Attenborough. Wait, I'll say that better with his accent. Since he's passed away, he should be honored in such humor. English director, actor, and producer Richard Attenborough, just days shy of his 89th birthday, died. No, he was born today.
Just shy of his birthday?
Yes.
Yes. Keep going. Here's an easy one, Dick.
The king of pop, Michael Jackson, would turn 56 today. And Bubbles, how old would Bubbles be at this point?
I believe Bubbles is also dead.
Oh, never mind.
Wow.
Take it away, Craig.
Oh, yeah. And sharing
Remember, you took a pledge before you started the show.
55th birthdays today are astronaut Chris Hadfield and English physicist and mathematician Stephen Wolfram.
Is that the Wolfram from Wolfram Alpha? Alpha Wolfram? Is it in beta yet?
Yes.
And that's the way it was on this day in history for August 29, 2014, whether you like it or not.
There you go.
I think that it's gone pretty well. You know, I think we finally got the rhythm going here about how this is going to work. You know, we're doing as best we can.
As best as
we
we
have,
can.
you know, Comedy4Cast going and then Technorama going and go back to Comedy4Cast. I think the only thing that gets screwed up at a point like this would be, say, if John Bell from Bells in the Bat-Free would have started the show.
Please, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you today with something that you will want to take part in and partake of. I am John Bell of Bells in the Bat-Free. Who here has heard Bells in the Bat-Free? Incredible. Who here has heard of Bells in the Bat-Free? Who here has heard a bell? That is good, but I, as you know, if you've been listening to it, have ceased doing Bells in the Bat-Free. However, I have written a book which is now available, The Devil's Pinata, starring Buckshot, an action adventurer. I advise you to get the audio version because A, I voice it, and B, I make more money that way. It is on Amazon. It is on Audible.com. It is on iTunes. It is on the table in front of this lady. I don't know what to give her, so now you're going to get this. And I was told there'd be ladies scantily clad in here. I've been sorely disappointed.
Done.
So go on to one of those places and
John, we
what?
need you to take it down. You're up here. We need you way down here someplace.
I told you someone had talent.
So remember, go out and get the Devil's Pinata as soon as you can.
Misunderstood. No, we need you way down here.
Like in the lower floor.
The escalator.
Wait a minute, I'm supposed to have this room. They promised me this room. I slipped somebody a tin spot. I should have given them money.
Yes, well. Please, why don't you have a seat and we will carry on with the show, and you can stay up here if you like.
I'll just sit here.
Matter of fact, John, you might want to help us out with this next segment. Do you magically have a copy of the script that we?
No, I like to ad-lib.
Okay, very good.
Wait, I gotta get my ad-libs out. Oh, incidentally, what kind of prizes are they? Sheraton.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, all right. I'll do that later.
Like I said, it was going so well.
Wasn't it?
I have here my formerly nicotine stage thing. Okay. Oh, do we start now?
We're doing
this one.
Page 3.
We're doing that.
All of this on page 3.
It is? I don't read your part. Aside from the improvement, they were no significant.
Will you keep quiet?
It's time for the basically.
I'm not loud enough.
I was just saying to Clint, I don't think you need a microphone.
Thank you. It's time for the basically podcast show.
With your host, Lenny Treetop, brought to you by John Bell's brand new book, The Devil's Pinata, available in all sorts of great places everywhere. You can't even turn around without seeing one. That's not a joke. That's a real book. 3 hours, perfect for the drive home. It's everywhere, just like, oh, and the little wicker baskets, which are, excuse me, I had burritos for lunch. They're everywhere. Yeah.
Wow, that rocks.
And now here's your host, Lenny.
I get in my intro from a guy from my favorite podcast. Thanks, Leo.
You're welcome, Mr. Conroy.
Hi, I'm Lenny, and this is my downstairs neighbor, Cindy.
Like, hey, Lenny.
Hey, Cindy. Well, here we are again at DragonCon.
Like, I wanted to, ask you about that. How come you always come here and you never go to, the World Science Fiction Convention?
Basically, WorldCon is in a new city, in a different country, in a different part of the world every year.
Yeah?
Well, basically, I think it's just a cover for an international band of jewel thieves.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense than my old idea.
What was it?
Basically, I thought that WorldCon lost its keys and kept going to different places to look under couch cushions to find them.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, right? I mean, WorldCon is pretty big. It probably rented a van.
Whatever. By the way, you haven't even given your show an episode number yet.
Oh, right. Basically, this is episode number Susie. Yeah. I'm gonna start naming my episodes after people in my live audience.
There's one.
Lenny, this is the only time all year you have a live audience.
Yeah. So basically, I have to take a mental image of them to keep in my mind. Wow, basically this is hard when they keep moving. Basically it's like trying to take a mental picture with one of those old-timey film cameras.
You mean the picture is blurry because they're moving?
No, because basically it's hard to see things in sepia tone.
Like, why don't you take an actual picture instead?
That idea rocks.
Like, why don't you do it?
Well, basically I don't have a camera.
Like I do.
Oh, cool. Can I be in the picture?
Like, I guess.
Okay.
Excuse me, this seat is empty, right?
Like, like I guess. Wait. I can't get everyone in.
Y'all get together.
Okay, that guy in the black there, you need to lean in. Okay, smile, or maybe not.
You stop smiling. Please stop smiling.
You're Cindy, right?
Yeah, and you're like, who?
I'm Chuck. You've heard of me, right?
Like, no.
Basically, I have.
You're Lenny, right?
Basically.
Like, who is it? Oh, sorry. I thought I was talking about Chuck.
Hi, you know me, right? I'm Craig, right?
Right.
Yeah, I know, and that's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Like, this is so weird.
Basically.
Like, whatever. I'm like out of here.
Hey, Craig, you can hang around for a few minutes, right?
You know, I think you can. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, basically, I think they can.
Right?
You know.
Yeah, that rocks.
Right?
Basically.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. You know, right?
Absolutely.
You know.
Like, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That rocks. Basically.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You know.
You know?
Like.
Right. Basically.
Like.
Enough of, oh, sorry, enough of this. Enough of this! It's like listening to a Keanu Reeves acting class. And off the stage.
Yes, ma'am.
Introduce me, Belle.
Right. It is now time for a word from our sponsor. Well, our other sponsor, aside from The Devil's Pinata, written by John Bell, available wherever amazing things are available to be amazingly purchased with real cash money that I could certainly use. And,
Cut to the chase, bat-free brain.
little wicker baskets, they're everywhere.
Hello, I'm Abby Fallmacher, owner of the Little Wicker Basket Company. Little wicker baskets. They're everywhere. And whether you're looking for a basket small enough to hold all the Best Picture Oscars awarded to Michael Bay, or big enough to give everyone in this room the Ice Bucket Challenge all at once, we have you covered. Oh, and don't worry, I'm not going to drench you with ice water. You're just lucky this panel isn't on Sunday afternoon, when you'll all be riper than a stack of week-old bananas. Now, to my big announcement. As you know, every year here at DragonCon, I announce our new line of Little Wicker Baskets. And this year is no exception. I'm happy to announce the Little Wicker Basket Smartwatch. Here's how it works. You simply attach your smartphone to the inside of this custom basket, like I've done here. Can everyone see that? By the way, this is your first look at the new iPhone. A bit bigger than you thought it would be. Anyway, once your phone is attached, simply carry your basket on your wrist like this. And at any time you get a notification, you simply turn your wrist, and there you go.
Hey, Toto.
And if you don't want to get notifications, simply put something in the basket on top of the phone. It's so simple, even a podcaster can do it.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Tessma, Miss Mackelheim, Miss Fallmacher, but what if you get a phone call?
When did this become a Q&A session, Belle? Besides, what do you think speakerphones are for? The Little Wicker Basket smartwatch is compatible with every smartphone on the market. So even you Windows Phone losers can get in on this one. Well, that's all the time I have. Play me out, Belle.
The proceeding has been a message from Nichols, Wicker Basket.
They're everywhere.
That's in strange stories.
If it doesn't get stranger than this.
Yeah. Let's get a new load.
I think we need more podcasters in this show. This news in: a Swiss startup creates a wearable chair so you can rest anywhere. Doesn't that look comfortable? Here. I need to sit down. Most of the wearable gadgets getting people hot and bothered either strap onto your face or your wrist. You wear them like a basket. But Swiss startup Noonie has cooked up a little something that straps to your legs instead. Doing the news here. Well, maybe it's not exactly little. In a bid to keep, I'm not even going to look. In a bid to keep factory line workers more alert and more comfortable during their shifts, the 5-person team has developed a locking leg support device they call the chairless chair. Is that like hairless hair?
Yeah.
They call it the chairless chair.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to be sure about that.
It's a nudie. It's strap-on for work.
Like the emperor's new clothes, I guess.
Yeah.
Can't you walk like that?
Once you get strapped in, all it takes is a press of a button to disassemble. The aluminium and carbon fiber frame holds whatever position your legs take and essentially becomes, well, an invisible chair. The secret sauce here is that a battery-powered dampening system eases the load on your lower back and legs by supporting your body weight and directing it down into your heels. Noonie's curious wearable is still firmly in the prototype phase. Though Audi and BMW will soon take the thing for a spin on its production lines.
That was the motor, not me.
If it works as well as the team says it does, expect every haggard commuter or frenzied blogger cranking out stories at a trade show, or podcasters doing their thing, whatever they do, to own one soon enough. And the question begs, what is the next great invention this company will come out with?
The strap-on toilet?
Morning John for midgets behind him.
Would that be the crapless crapper?
Crap on, crap off. I'll take care of that.
Who brought this guy?
We have another video.
Oh, okay.
Another podcast.
All right, so one of our local podcasters is actually not that local. Grant Pachoco.
He's on the internet, so he's local.
That's right. If you're familiar with the Great Adventures of Dr. Floyd, Grant has done that in his latest venture, which is Saturday Morning Media. But Grant couldn't be here, so I thought, well, why don't we try to do something as if you were here? So we had worked on a script in case he wasn't able to show you.
It's not a touchscreen.
We'll have to explain technology. Okay, so.
Oh, hey Clinton, it's me, Grant. I'm really sorry again that I can't be there for the convention.
That's okay.
I'm
back here in Hollywood working on some super secret projects, and well, I really wanted to be part of the event, so that's why I loved your idea about me recording my half of the script so that we could still do this bit.
Oh, perfect. Do you have
I have my script right here.
No, that's two. This is three.
And I think I start.
Oh, no, three, another version.
Yes, I do. All right, here we go. You ready?
It's not going to go.
Good. It's great to see you here at the convention, Clinton.
See, this isn't working. This is the wrong version of the script, Grant.
It says here that we shake hands.
That's your...
Clinton, you didn't change the script.
I did! You have the wrong...
I have to use my finely honed improv skills to come up with something else other than shaking hands.
I know.
I got it.
Fist bump!
High five!
Not even close.
All right, back to the script. Did you have a good flight here?
Well, actually, no. I was going to...
Awesome. Well, at least one of us did. My flight here was a real hassle.
You didn't fly here.
Yeah, our plane ran into some bad weather coming out of Los Angeles, so we had to make a temporary landing at a different airport.
Okay, fine. Salt Lake City?
Tokyo.
Oh! Well, that's bad.
No, that's good. I've never been to Japan.
Oh, well, that's good.
No, that's bad. I didn't bring my passport, and for some bizarre reason, everybody else on the plane did. Man, those people knew how to pack. So I was the only one who had to stay on the plane the entire time we were there.
Oh, well, that's bad.
No, that's good, because I was the only one on board. So I got to use the drink cart as a big metal skateboard. I took it up near the cockpit, gave it a push, hopped on board, and sailed down the aisle.
Oh, well, that's good.
No, that's bad, because I couldn't find the brakes, and I nearly broke my neck when we hit the back wall.
I think we're back to bad again.
No, that's good,
Oh.
because I don't like...
Oh, wait. No. How can that be?
I don't like that
This is
either.
a video. They can't possibly be buffering. What? Oh. No, wait. That doesn't make any sense.
Let's all go. Let's all
Just jumping up and down and up and down and up and down on top of him, and that is where I got this shirt. But the real moral of the story is, never trust a koala. That is why I had to get out of Australia in a hurry. But I'm really looking forward to being here at this convention. Who are you hoping to see, Clinton?
John Bell.
Oh, me too. I just hope that he can hold his liquor this year. I dropped in 2 bottles of expensive champagne last week. It's a good thing the hotel didn't fire it.
Yeah, good thing. Good thing they agreed.
Well, what do you say we stop all this chatter and really get this party rocking?
I would like that.
There's no way to get a party rocking any better than by taking out the mandolin. Because when you think of rock and roll, you think of the mandolin. I'd like to sing a song for you now that is a true story. This really happened to me. My cat started talking about a week ago, and the only things he says is I am and I know. And although his powers of speech came as quite a shock to me, what's most surprising is he says both things very sarcastically. I said, "You're a talking cat." He said, "I know." I said, "Cats aren't supposed to talk." He said, "I am." Well, I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to do about that, but it seems I have myself a sarcastic talking cat. So I called the newspaper and I told them the story, and they sent their lead reporter right around. And she was very impressed with my cat's ability to talk, even though he never says anything profound. She said, "You're pretty unique." He said, "I know." She said, "You're front page news." He said, "I am." Well, the paper sold 1 million copies in about 5 hours flat, all because I got myself a sarcastic talking cat. Well, my cat's sarcastic tone got him in trouble Unfortunately, yesterday afternoon out on the street, he was doing just fine until the moment when an enormous talking dog did meet. The dog said, "I'm bigger than you." The cat said, "I know." The dog said, "You better be afraid of me." My cat said, "I am." Ooh. Oh, thank goodness that is over. Is the pool still open? All right, I gotta get down to the pool.
Woo! I think I can cut that now. Thank you, Grant. And now we're on to, I believe, the Geek Library.
Oh yes, yes. We have a very popular book that I grew up with as a child. This is called Fun with Rock. Some of my favorite pages.
Don't wake him. We won't have a movie if you do.
I feel fatigued. See Spock push down his feelings. Down, down, down. Push, push, push. No one on Vulcan smiles. See Spock raises his hand for the traditional Vulcan greeting. Live long and prosper, says Spock. See the ensign tried to get his fingers to cooperate. You guys didn't have a book like this when you were kids?
No. I thought everybody did.
Oh, no, you can buy it. I'm pretty sure. Let's see,
You can buy this book.
How much?
Who didn't see that coming?
Really cheap. No refunds.
I'm pretty sure this is available
It is a
on
real
Amazon.
book. It is a real book. Also, I think we saw when I pulled this up was Good Night, Darth Vader.
Good night, Darth Vader, yes. Darth Vader he was falling asleep while reading a book to his son and daughter who were jumping recklessly on the bed.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us.
Yes.
Now, add those to your children's library when you're raising your kids, and I think you have a much more enlightened childhood.
Sure.
And oh, hey, I didn't plug the thing back in. It was buzzing after Grant was so transparently here. Pardon me.
Pardon me.
There we go.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, where can I find some good information about music and TV and videos and things?
Over here, the media corner.
And now to you.
Hi, Denny Hillcrest here, along with my close personal friend, Arnie Kunchpard. We're here to talk about this summer's summer movies. I love it!
Actually, you can't say summer movies. I mean, all of them are movies. But some are good, some are not so good. I'm going home now.
Okay. I say 2014 was a great summer for summertime motion picture movies. I guess, as usual, I have to base a lot of what I know on trailers, the word on the street, and partial BitTorrents. Actually, I spent a lot of the summer perfecting my selfie skills. And I got a lot better at it once I realized that you're supposed to use the camera that's facing you to take the selfie. Up until that point, I'd been looking like I was photobombing a landscape shot. Speaking of bombs, How to Train Your Dragon 2 never got off the ground this summer at the box office when it came to box office. And I say that's good. I mean, who wants a movie that's a training video? Come on, leave that for job orientation, which nowadays is called onboarding. Because everything sounds way better when it sounds like you're about to get on board a Southwest Airlines flight.
Check in early, or you'll be staying in the galley helping load peanuts in your little boxes. Another big movie this summer was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I didn't see this one because I tend to sleep late. So I plan to catch noonish of the Planet of the Apes. Or maybe mid-afternoon of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, wait, it's so Dawn, that's stupid thing.
Me too! Meanwhile, the Disney Marvel continued its long string of hits with Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it succeeded because it used a time-honored formula of combining a green Orion slave girl, a walking, talking Lord of the Rings tree, a member of the all-female touring cast of Blue Man Group, and the most dangerous creature of them all, Howard the Duck.
No, wait, that's not fair. You threw in a spoiler.
You mean that Howard the Duck is in the movie?
Well, that, and then he spoiled the movie. There's Howard with the actual spoiler, if you look at it that way.
Yeah, well, nothing says spoiled like a spoiled spoiler. Does anyone understand what he's saying?
Another movie you all might have seen is X-Men.
I can feel every word.
Days of Future Past. I wanted to see this one too, but I waited a few days past the future day, and the movie had already passed. But as soon as X-Men, Knights of Past flew perfect, so far in the future, that part of our future is in their past. I'm there.
Speaking of horrors from the past, there was another Godzilla movie this summer. This time the movie was all about the total obliteration of Matthew Broderick's performance by Bryan Cranston. Oh, the humanity!
Yeah, there was Godzilla on one side, Bryan Cranston on the other side, and Malcolm in the middle. And Malcolm in the middle. See, Bryan Cranston.
I should just let you hang there for about 5 minutes.
I think that's a good idea.
Meanwhile, back at the movies, The Expendables 3 crashed and burned at the box office, continuing Harrison Ford's long, sad, unfortunate string of bad choices, including Crossing Over, Extraordinary Measures, Paranoia, and deciding to use his legs to walk onto the set of the Star Wars film.
For the kiddos, there was the reboot of Teenage Mutant Turtles.
What?
Teenage Mutant Turtles.
Tiny music, nature.
The Purge. Arnie. I like any movie that has my name in the title.
Into the Storm, a movie about a town hit by non-stop string of tornadoes, was another loser. Let's face it, if your tornado doesn't have sharks in it, nobody cares anymore.
Not to mention Earth to Echo. So we won.
Exactly. Well, that's it for me, Denny Hillcrest. I'm off to see the 100-Foot Journey, which I'm guessing is a documentary about how far you can walk before you listen to somebody singing Let It Go.
You sound as good as I did with the buns. And I'm on the Kunst Pie. I'm off to see Lucy, because that crazy redhead got some splaining to do.
Thank you very much.
I think we need a paper towel to wipe off the microphone over
We
there.
need a big beach towel.
We have one other element of the show that we have never tried before.
Oh, I think you said elephant. Sorry.
Yeah. How do we do with those bingo words? Do I need to have a...
I need a few more. Instagram.
You can't shout out your own words.
Who else is am I gonna shout out?
Sure you can, Chuck. PayPal.
That's Netflix. I mean, not funny. Anybody?
Anybody got bingo yet?
Keep saying words.
Sentence with a blank in it, and the celebrities would have to fill in the blank. So, our host is not Gene Rayburn. It's John Bell.
I'm still alive. Hi there, everybody, and welcome to the next game in Hillstrick. Let's look at our contestants now. And our first contestant is...
Me.
And our second contestant is...
Myself.
And our third contestant is...
Not this guy, this guy.
And this one's escaping. Now,
The smart one.
we have locked the doors. Costs $5 to get out. Or you can purchase a copy of The Devil's Pinata. When people buy it, I will write the sequel. That's a threat. Now, here are the questions. Now, when I have the contestants fill in the blank, if anyone here has a better answer, raise your hand. We may have prizes. Except that I haven't given them to her yet.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, that would help. Yeah.
The free prizes are free audio copies of The Devil's Pinata! With a small handling charge. See, I'm handling them now. There you go. Our lovely assistant will hand them out if she can find her way out from behind the screen. Oh, she's having a screen test. Okay. Here's the first question. Fill in the blank. This year at DragonCon, Adam Savage is dressed up as a blank. A blank.
We have our music.
Oh, my music. That was me. I like to see how you beat that is. If you have a good answer, write it down, or set it to memory, or have it tattooed on your arm.
You can write it on the back of your bingo sheet.
Okay, are we ready on the panel? Yes. All right, let's start at this end.
There you go.
This year at DragonCon, Adam Savage is dressed up as a
piñata.
Even got the, you got the tilde right. I used to put it on the T. Adam Savage is dressed up as a
Pimple.
People all come to say hi, Pop. Adam Savage is dressed up as a...
Oh, I did better. Devil's Pinata.
Yes! Get one of those! Do we have any other answers? Raise your hand. Stand up! What's your answer?
He's dressed as Baby Groot.
I am!
Give her a prize! Second question. If your print doesn't come out of your printer, you should... As long as no one else is around.
Okay.
What? Write down your answers. Think about it here. There's a difference. One more skid on the first one. You're disqualified. All right. Are we ready? You ready? Raise your hand.
Ready.
All right. When your printer doesn't come out of your paper, what do you do with your printer? Your printer you should
hit it with a stick.
Hit it with a stick. Okay, I think we're on our way now.
You should just go ahead and buy a copy of Devil's Pinata instead of printing it out.
Yes! We have eyes everywhere. And your printer, you should...
Oh, I crossed that Devil's Pinata.
Yes! Any other great answers from the crowd? Right, okay, we have two contenders. You stand up, you stand up. Your printer, you should.
Hire a starving artist to draw it better than your printer ever could.
Sit down. I don't accept people that are selling things when I'm selling things. Your printer should.
You destroy it with the baseball bat while listening to gangster rap.
If he had said while listening to the audio version of Devil's Pinata, he would have won. This fellow wins, and this fellow wins. Our next question. This thing is a blank. Look at it carefully. This thing is a...
And don't let the music influence you.
When you finish, raise your hand. Everybody think of an answer down here. Keep it PG-13. We do have kids. Okay. I swear this is written down. I just took a big blank. I just took a big... When you're finished, raise your hand. He's pondering. I can't believe he's pondering. He's going to his thesaurus.
There's nothing there.
There was a thesaurus roaming around in cosplay last night. Ate up all the other little thesaurus.
Shouldn't you be right?
I think you have a bingo.
You have a bingo?
No?
That would be amazing.
What do you need? I'll get the
Lark! Lark! Oh, you're right.
I
Thank God. Well, thank God. All right. Are you ready? We'll
Yeah,
see you in
I've
a
been ready.
I just took a big.
Swing at the devil's pinata!
I just took a big.
Pinata.
Very creative. Thank you. We really don't want to know what you do with this. I just took a big.
Self-esteem hit by being here tonight. Help me!
All right, the top band do we have the other hand? Choose from the audience. Yes.
That's the biggest milk I ever took.
What was that?
Biggest milk?
Phil, you can say it many times, John. So you go.
This one's at the bottom of the river.
Silt.
Silt, not silt.
Oh,
Give Mr. Filk one of those things. Do we have time for one more? We don't?
Now we have bingo.
We have a bingo?
Bingo. Because you can't just say Phil.
The bingo game. You should probably know the bingo game is rigged. Because nobody ever said anti-disestablishment charity. Oh, there's 5 more. Does anybody really want one?
We have a few more copies of the Devil's Pinata up here. Thank you all.
The audio first.
Thank you to John Bell.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It almost makes us feel glad we went.
Well, let's don't get crazy now.
And we will see you again next year. Rate us, like 5. Rate us 5s on the app.
On the DragonCon app, rate us 5.
And don't forget, you spell 5 in binary. How?
1, 0, 1. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Spell with numbers?
Yes.
Maybe.
Let's go home.